Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Karina from Arkansas. We are finally here, the Organized Intensive 2020 in Arkansas via Zoom. We're still taking credit for that. Everybody, this is a groundbreaking history today for SMA. I'm so excited. Are you excited? Are you excited? The Arkansas family misses that you are not here on site, but you are here in our hearts. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our Arkansas family matriarch and mentor, Suzanne Farr.
Thanks a lot, Karina. Got me too tickled to be able to talk. You know, when the SMA in November of last year tossed this to us and gave us the honor of planning this, we planned for 4 months, and we want to thank you all for that chance to build really great organizing skills and to have so much fun. It was a gift to us, and so we're really glad to be here today with you. I want to introduce rapidly our team of 15 people who shepherd this. And the two that led that, the team leaders were Karina, who just spoke, and Katie Rohr. And then the other members are Renee DeLamp, Jonathan Jones. You'll be seeing Jonathan at lunch today. She's going to be giving us a little cooking lesson since she was going to produce food for 150 or so people. Kathy Brown Nichols, Natasha Neal, Audrey Long, Kenny Arredondo, Kelly Brown Nichols, Zachary Crow, Cynthia Martinez, Willa Brashears, Whit Barringer, and Donna Shade. So I'm going to toss this now. Oh, I need to tell you about the slides. Our team produced a slideshow, and it's going to take you through, in Arkansas, through slavery, the Trail of Tears, Japanese internment camp from the Second World War that was here, through the desegregation of Central High in 1957 and on up to the present, with other front lines, including the thousands of people who rallied in front of the Central High School a couple of years ago to save our schools. So I'm going to toss it now to Audrey Long and Kathy Brown Nichols and Natasha Neal, who are going to give you a little bit of sense of life in Arkansas.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm Audrey. I am from Pine Bluff, a native of here. Pine Bluff is in the southeast area of this wonderful Arkansas, Mississippi Delta region, a wonderful agriculture-rich area with some really gritty people here. We are the home of wonderful blues singer Bobby Rush, and I'm a little stumbling here. But however the case is something, I'm a retransplant after being gone for a number of years. I had to come back to be a caretaker for my mom. And what I do is grow food. I found as I came back, it was just really something to see that how expensive organic food and healthier lifestyle things was difficult here. So I just started growing food simply on our patio. And from there, now I've moved on to helping people in the community. We have our mayor started a wonderful community garden. There's another community garden at a church, the First United Methodist Church. And I have a wonderful group of young people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s that acquired some land, a corner lot, and they do growing and things there. So it's my purpose back here to help people however I can do growing of their own food very simply and inexpensively right where they are with what they have. I'm just blessed to be involved with Suzanne getting me involved in the organizing of this group, and bless you all for participating. Thank you. Turning it over to Kathy.
Good morning, wonderful people. I'm coming to you from Hot Springs, Arkansas. I grew up in Dardanelle, Arkansas, which is halfway between Little Rock and Fort Smith. Most people in Arkansas, when they see that I'm from Dardanelle, they are shocked simply because they didn't believe Black people lived in Dardanelle, Arkansas. But I'm here to tell you, we are there. Famous names or infamous names that come from my hometown are John Daly, that's a good name, but Tom Cotton is also from our neck of the woods. I graduated from high school in 1983. I was one of 3 African Americans that graduated from high school that year. I went on and I've had a wonderful career with the federal government, if you can believe that. When I started out as a criminal investigator, I was one of 3 African American women nationwide. I had a very full career. I was able to retire at 53, and the matriarch of Arkansas got a hold of me and said, this is what we need you to do. And so I'm back in social justice work, and I'm loving it every minute. Thank you so much, Suzanne. My parents, my grandparents, they were sharecroppers. My grandfather was raised during the time that Black people were not supposed to look at white people in their eyes. Living in Dardanelle was not easy as a Black lesbian. Actually, I didn't know anything about social justice work until I came in contact with the Women's Project in 1992. And I've been rolling ever since. So I'm going to turn this over to Tosh.
Okay, let's see. I got this working. All right. Good morning. First of all, I want to welcome you again to Arkansas. Arkansas is actually known as the natural state, but today we will be the virtual state. So just to tell you a few things about Arkansas. First of all, I grew up in Hope, Arkansas. Hope, Arkansas, as you know, is the birthplace of President Bill Clinton. And this is actually where my social justice journey started. As a young Black female, just as a young Black individual in Arkansas, a kid, I wanted to know more about just Black history. And so as I started to look at Black history, it's very difficult to look at Black history without actually being part of the social justice movement. Some things that you don't know about Arkansas, but some great people that we have that helped in the social justice movement here in Arkansas. Everyone knows about the Little Rock Nine and the integration of Central High School, but most people are not familiar with the one person that was actually responsible for being behind the organization of that, the selection of those 9, making sure that those families supported their children, provided support to the families. And that person was Daisy Bates. Daisy Bates was an amazing woman in terms of helping to integrate the Little Rock Nine into Central High. And she was really somewhat of the mastermind behind it to make sure that that was a smooth integration for them. And she looked at it in a way of not just integrating into school, but also the mental aspect of it. And then in the state of Arkansas, we have some other dark history. In Elaine, Arkansas is a very small town. In Elaine, Arkansas in 1919, the Black sharecroppers decided to meet at a local Black church. And what they wanted to do is that they wanted to pretty much advocate for fair wages. So they decided to meet at the local Black church. The night they decided to meet, the white landowners, the white farmers found out about it, and they ended up going in and actually killing most of those Black sharecroppers. And the interesting thing about this is that once the massacre took place, and it was a massacre, several Black sharecroppers were killed. Once the massacre took place, believe it or not, it was actually blamed on the sharecroppers in terms of causing the massacre. And so several of them were actually tried and convicted. The other interesting thing about Elaine, Arkansas is that after years of fighting for social justice, about a year ago in Elaine, Arkansas, a monument was actually placed in the city, downtown, to actually recognize that there was a massacre and that this incident did take place. So perfect example again of social justice. Then another individual from the state of Arkansas, which I consider her probably one of my greatest mentors, was Joycelyn Elders. Joycelyn Elders was actually the second woman to be appointed as the Surgeon General for the U.S. She was appointed by Bill Clinton during his administration. And the one thing about Elders is that Joycelyn Elders was, I would qualify her or classify her as a trailblazer. She was talking about legalizing marijuana in the early 1990s. She was actually talking about changing sex education in the early 1990s. And the interesting thing is that a lot of things that she wanted actually are taking place today. And she actually had to resign from her position as Surgeon General over these things that they considered in the early 90s to be controversial, which today we don't consider to be. So she was before her time. So these are the type of people that come from Arkansas. So as you can see, our social justice movement here has been going on forever. It didn't start today. It didn't start with this Arkansas group. We are just benefiting from what they've done in the past. And Suzanne is one of those people as well. So what I want to tell you is that our fight is still, we're still trying to continue that fight. And in another area where we're trying to continue that fight is the Delta. For me, I'm passionate about the Delta in Arkansas. We have a great opportunity here to use education as a tool to empower us. And so I believe that as individuals, we could use education to overcome any obstacle and to accomplish our own personal goals, as well as a tool to advocate and to fight for social justice. So again, I want to welcome you to the natural state. I need all of Arkansas to raise a hand and get happy. And today, you're at the virtual state. All right, I'm gonna move it on to Steph. Thank you.
Thanks, Arkansas.
Thanks, Arkansas.